Looks like Timaeus isn't here today. Customers? Oh, pardon me. Are you looking for Timaeus? No. Just strange for him to not be around. I see. He was called away by Albedo a little while ago. I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant. If you have any alchemy-related queries, Actually, I'm not very... My apologies. I don't get up. If you need any help, just call my name. Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we? Hey, aren't you the legendary traveler? The one who repelled Storm Terror? I've heard so many stories about you. Always wanted an opportunity to research you up close. What do you mean, research? Sorry, don't mind me. What am I saying? Still, you'd definitely be able to help Albedo. There's that name again, Albedo! Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt? Apologies, I never introduced him. Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist. He's also Timaeus and... But Paimon's only ever seen... Yes. He's dedicated himself to investigating the... We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. Wow! Paimon didn't know he was such a big deal! Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. I'm sure that Albedo would love to... Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back. I don't see why not. Albedo and Timaeus will be conducting research in the mountains right now. I'd love to take you both to see him, but somebody has to attend to the store. I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves. Look out. Sorry. Hey, stop worrying. Sucrose is a whole lot less nervous once she gets talking about alchemy and research, huh? Is that what all researchers are like? Anyway, let's go and look for Albedo.
Should I choose? There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
choir prep.
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance.
hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes.
I mean, sure.
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Who knows?
Huh? Well, that can't be.
Evidence decides what people... Don't fret, nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that sister's an expert.
I thought I heard something. Who...
We'd better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church.
Wait, she heard that? Paimon.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following, the honorary knight that saved us. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested...
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the...
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we?
That doesn't sound right.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his... Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never heard... I couldn't care what you think.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Yeah.
Another test.
Quietly now.
Picked the wrong.
Gotcha.
Freeze!
Things are about to get dicey. You can't run!
Should replace my hammer.
I suppose it wasn't too much trouble. You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Next time, be sure to make a proper...
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
There are a few interesting trinkets here.
Time to fry!
Good. Quietly now.
Sure to get careless.
Surrendering will be just... Here comes the catch.
Let's move. Cook this.
Gotcha.
This is it. So quiet.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
are a few interesting trinkets here. Take it easy.
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves painting. The views and scenery here are pretty good.
But can't he see those hilly churls? Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly churls unfinished.
What's up with painting hilly churls?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Wow. Look at the deep...
You can find these hilly churls anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and the cyclical lives of such primitive...
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for it. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Ugh, what a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. But back to the point. From her words, it's...
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck...
I see. So Sucrose sent... Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must... I've heard a bit of everything. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility. Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my... forgive me. This must be...
Whoa. You want us...
You're right. Giving a For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow...
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure...
I beg to differ. I'm unable to... But you're not from the known world. By observe...
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
It's possible. But time for a change of surroundings.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Take it easy.
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know. But I feel the importance will lie in the myth, using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into after awakening. Even creation may be possible. Still a little difficult to understand?
No! Paimon's got a brain!
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say the subject of my first how you're able to freely manipulate Firstly, do you have any extra organs? Fascinating.
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps... Oh. That rules out that but that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick. No.
Hey! How would you know any...
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between... Given that there's clearly a discrepancy. Firstly, let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps...
Huh?
Direct and clear observation. Naturally, if you require a great...
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
Well, prepare yourself.
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
You're in for a little shock.
Busted. Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
Let's spark things up a little.
Incinerate! Gotcha.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observation, now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally...
Internal flow? How do you test that?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract if the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body.
Sounds kind...
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel...
And in the abnormal?
If anything unexpected occurs, well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. Just a warning. If an internal elemental... Yes, that's an excellent way to think. It's a type of ore known as star silver. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore, all going to plan.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns. Let's keep our eyes open.
Things are about to get dicey. Busted.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way. This is my campsite. I've added... While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the...
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results...
I wouldn't call them results. I think the most rational direction would be to consider. Following this line of thought...
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. A cryo-reg is fine, or even a whopper flower might be a better... In that sense.
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This if it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world...
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. Speaking of data, to complete our research...
Great. I'll leave you to it. looks like the potion's ready. I'll try. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times. And breathe.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was...
Oh, this potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, but if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded...
So you knew you'd be sick and still drink some?
It was my own concoction, of course. But of course, you're my assistant. In conclusion,
Aw, Paimon wanted...
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference. People are the same when you're sick. But a peculiar person, for example, a human can't understand the life of a pyro. To sum up, Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now. Having you down as an animal...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry.
You can count on me, sir.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He started... what Paimon meant to say was...
Before we can proceed with our research, if you're interested, why not have a look around?
Here comes Albedo! Let's go see him!
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. So, leaving elements to... I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. No. You shan't be required to it. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
That was your best effort? Have you tried using your I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. Anyway, why don't you cook a...
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more
Not only is this recipe a staple for me...
Paimon bets you're just hungry. It does sound yummy, though. Okay, good.
I'll leave you to it then. If there's anything left over,
Paimon doesn't think... How are we gonna channel elemental power into the... Where does he get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
This blinding sunlight is such a pain. No way I can get a nap in this weather. getting a little cold. Time to bundle up.
That was... An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come... Unless... Could it...
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more...
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened. And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong. But anyway.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago! But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. There are all manner of alchemical items here. I managed to retrieve the majority, but...
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want to...
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to if you had, say, superpower. Like, I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elemental...
An elemental life form from another world. Albedo's research will see huge
The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental This must be electrohypostasis powder.
Goodness. You managed to find them. Incredible. I'm wondering... This elemental...
Yep. Guess it does sort of count.
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Teyvat. Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit.
You mean we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain a... Right then. Up until now, our research has in essence, the difference is looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there. So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a million fragments. Then could you see her? Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment. I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test.
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding.
You want us to jump?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach... I will factor the time expended...
The opposite side of the lake. So...
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively. Using... Some of us would be unable to stand the icy water. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. Then if you would, please.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing... emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, traveler.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. If it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, if the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, the innumerable possibilities that...
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few... gold, petrified trees, a sun. The essence of the investigative process is enthralling. I'm willing to pour all my energy into all these things that start out as objects of
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly churros? Because...
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna...
Of course not. You have been Now, before we head back to the campsite, follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Take it easy.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your trip. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capability. I'd like you to explore these ruins, and there are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. A tried and tested adventurer. So, let's see you in action.
Take it easy.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Take it easy.
You can't run! Yeah!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Quietly now.
You're in for a little shock.
Busted.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Come a little closer.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution. It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out. Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. There's still a lot to learn about them. Let me make a copy first. I'll make time.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable. Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the result of all this brain ache, unless you can think of anything better.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing
You! You didn't leave the mountain?
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been up to. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger, drinking anonymous potions, participating in all kinds of strange experiments. I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander. I'm only concerned with one thing.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And anyway...
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back in.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've gotta hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough for me. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
But we don't even know what they mean.
That much is true. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now a location of interest. Regular patrol. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat, which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very...
Overtime.
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo.
We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look. You're back. Good timing. You took quite a while. Did you get time for the results? We got a myriad of data today, but the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you...
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted. Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here, the only other life form that, like you, has come here from... But, after I observed you, I had another idea. Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition. Is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
Aww.
It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest achievement.
with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever, and it didn't even have any fruit.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily one unburdened by loneliness. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing?
Things feel a little heavy right now. Don't be sad. You've got Paimon to look after you. Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me. In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help again? Well, glad I can count on you. I made a point throughout of telling him how ordinary, but what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are... If, one day, I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?
Quietly now.
Judgment! You can't run!
Busted. Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Punishment! Judgment! Yeah!
Gotcha. Busted.
Yeah!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Gotcha!
Things are getting interesting.
Lights out.
I suppose it wasn't too much trouble.
Take it easy. Quietly now. Here comes the catch. A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
Leave it to me. Go berry bunny. Just sharpen my spear. Get them! I won't let you down!
You can't run!
are a few interesting trinkets here.
You can't run!
That felt pretty good.
Judgment!
Gotcha!
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a gift.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
I'll keep an eye on you.
Take it easy.
We're going to hunt. Empty chest. Good for storage.
You can't run!
Things are about to get dicey.
Keep... Huh? Keep... Hup.
Smell of treasure. Strange.